Hey, this is Time Bomb, and if it's your first time checking out the channel, hit that subscribe button to help me get to 1,000 subscribers. Thanks a lot for joining me here today. I just wanted to do a little breakdown on my lineup, show you guys what I play with basically in Ultimate Team and what I got going on. Ooh, here we go. We got a little quick sell action. 5,000 like usual. Raise your hand if you aren't surprised that it was 5,000. I think I got 25,000 once this year. Will that be the highest that I get? I think last year the highest I got was like 120,000 maybe, which is decent. I shouldn't complain, but I mean, it is few and far between when it comes to quality in the daily quick sells, which is, I guess, maybe that's fair. Why it's special when you do get into those triple digits. So first things first, my offensive line, I have all secure protectors in my offensive line. Every single one of them, I've gotten that special red chem, and it's supposed to be working all year, but that's one good thing about it. And it's supposed to just basically give you one solid second that they're not going to get the insta shed outside of that. Obviously, outside of the nano blitz technology that they have in there, or the nano blitz detection, there's another second that they basically promise that you will not get the pressure. So it just gives you enough time to really just run away from a blitz if you know that it's coming and you're having problems with that. I've got this rising star right here, Garrett Boyle, so I'm kind of mixing that up with go deep and with my balanced offense. You see I have balanced offense at 30 for 30, tier 6. I mean, I've got go deep chem at tier 3 enabled, so that's kind of the two ways that I'm going to help out Vic, and my offensive line is pretty solid. You see I've got Ricky Williams up to a 94. I'm at level 56, so he's not all the way there, but with chems he's doing it. And we've got this chem on him now, which is the stiff arm specialist, so he should be doing. That should be working now, basically, since the red chems have been fixed, so I'm feeling better about it. Thinking about maybe give those route running chemistries a try. If I can ever get Moss up to his 90, I would put it on him for sure to just give some different route options. I feel like Playmaker is good for both of them because I have Rice and Tyreek just running routes that I tend to Playmaker more often. Shorter routes, I guess, for whatever reason. Just because they're fast coming across on those drags. Playmaker them up. All of a sudden, they're running a streak up the field that way. And I just find Jerry Rice just has the better aggressive catch out of anyone and comes down with more balls for me. I could use an upgrade on the tight end just to have Olsen and Ertz there. And, I could really use a high-end tight end for sure. Somebody could maybe come down with a few more balls. But Olsen does a good job for me. I shouldn't complain. Maybe I should be working on having a better version of his card. But yeah, so there's my offense. On defense lately, I've been running a 4-6 speed, like I've been saying, out of the Cincinnati Bengals playbook, and also just they have some nickel packages. So my 4 CBs out of the 4-6 speed have been, having Champ Bailey, Deion Sanders, Jalen Ramsey, and Rod Woodson. Just having these 4 CBs is huge for me because they're just taking care of most of the fields here. They all have 91 zone, which is a threshold that you want to hit. Like they all have 93 zones, so they're all getting it done. I think most of them are Redskins too, eh? That's funny. A few of them anyway. So a lot of Redskins. I got a lot of Redskins in my secondary anyway on the field here, which I should really look at investing in. I may have to get rid of some of the Eagles. Maybe I'll drop off. Maybe I should drop off these Eagles, but I just have some different team chems going on for them. Mostly for Carolina though. I still have footsteps on my Kuechly, which I've had from earlier in the year. I've got this Ryan Kerrigan. I could really put an ability on him. I can't believe I don't. Just having maybe another tip drill or what was it? Oh, I feel like that's not the name of this ability that I put on everyone. I can't believe I've forgotten what it's called. It is tip drill, which gives player increased chance on tip passes. So I feel like that one's been good just because it's a little bit cheaper, whereas I have picked Specialist on Woodson, which is interesting. I guess I put that on a lot earlier, and I think that's the more expensive chemistry if I'm not mistaken. It's already enabled, but we see it's equipped ability. Yeah, the cap cost is higher, so I would assume that it's one of the more expensive abilities. Player is less likely to drop interceptions. So they both are basically the same thing, except the tip versus the drop. It has to be tipped specifically for it to get the increased chance, whereas this is, on all interceptions and a decreased chance of dropping. And so that's pretty good chemistry. I should have maybe considered putting that on more of my secondary, and I may do that when I have the chance here. The reason I liked Footsteps for Kuechly is because I had him specifically at that time running in deep blues a lot more. So I just thought it made sense to have him just as a little bit better coverage, because in that radius as well when he's near players. Because sometimes he'd be there, but he just couldn't make the play, lose a step, just because he's a little bit slower. So I thought having Footsteps might help. Now I use him less because I'm using this 4.6 speed. He's not on the field unless I'm doing my nickel package, which I think then it does a good job over the middle of the field, I think, because there's a lot of close drag routes and little slants and things that he's going to play in, like a mid-read, that I think it actually works really well with him. Kerrigan, I sent him blitzing a lot. I sub him in the as an end with Joey Bosa. Same with LT. I don't use him as a linebacker. I use him as a right end every game. I'm subbing him in my formations that I'm running with. He's always in there for me. So he's just blitzing for me every down, but more as like a defensive. He's on the line basically rather than as a linebacker. I've been thinking about reordering my defenders as well and putting Dion is number 1, and then Champ Bailey is 2, then Ramsey would be 3. That's where I'm deciding if I want Ramsey at 3 or Woodson at 3. Right now Woodson is at 4, so he plays a hook zone over the middle for me a lot out of the speed package, and Dion's kind of my blitzer out of nickels because he's fast, so he gets in there quick. I don't know if that's necessary. I think I could probably do it with Woodson in that spot though, and then have Jalen Ramsey over the middle. That might be the move here. Maybe I should compare. It's tough to say, right? When you look, Woodson, I mean, yeah, it looks like the coverage is just better for Jalen Ramsey over the middle. So, but then Woodson's got to do the cloud flats and get a bit deeper. That's why I think maybe Jalen Ramsey is better in that spot. I think I'm going to probably stick it generally with the way I am and maybe just swap Jalen and Dion. Oh, Jalen's so much slower than Dion. I might keep it the way I am. I can't decide. I should mess around and see what's working better for me. Actually get out on the field and see what works best. But that's kind of my thinking with the team that I'm building right now. Telvin Smith, I'm not using at all. Shazier is who I like to sub in for Telvin Smith. Shazier is actually higher ranked as an outside linebacker. He's 88 in game when I swap him into the right outside linebacker position, which is awesome. So you get a little boost there, and I guess you don't really get a boost. It just displays him as higher than he is, so it seems like a boost. I don't know. So that's my team. That's kind of what I'm thinking about, hoping to get 18 wins this week in Weekend League, because I got 15 easily. I feel like I could have easily had 18 wins, so that's my goal this week. Let me know what you are hoping to get this week in Weekend League. Let me know what your team's looking like, and I'm going to keep building, keep grinding, working on some coins, get those monthly rewards, help a little bit more. I've got some training points coming up soon if I get to level 57, and I don't know if you heard, because of the red chem, EA has promised to do a make right, and I should get a bunch of training points back for having Footsteps for this time. I had it on a few different players, and I feel like a couple other chemistries I had on also don't work. So yeah, I'm going to have a bunch of training points coming my way that I should be able to upgrade some players and my team. Hyped for that. So thanks a lot for checking out this video. I'm in Time Bomb. You guys have been awesome, and I'll catch you guys later.